Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Championship Week, the final week of our Pokemon Stadium 2 Draft League for 2022. It's amazing how quickly this season has gone on. I really thought at the beginning of the season, like, oh, this is going to be a long season, just 6 teams, 15 weeks, it's going to be a while. It's actually flown by. It's amazing. With that being said, I want to thank all of our managers / owners that participated this year. This can't happen without any of you guys. Just thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that's been watching, of course, because your support helps us keep this going. So here's how things are going to break down today. We've got the third place game to start with, followed by the championship game. After the championship game, I will have the award announcements where we list off, for example, which Pokemon won the voting for MVP, which Pokemon had the most knockouts, most feints, blah, blah, blah. So, big day today. Alright, and without further ado, we'll get to some battles, but first, if you like what you see here today, and you want us to do this league again next year, or some variation of a league like this at least next year, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube nonsense. And I'll be right back with our third place game. Alright, hello there everybody. Here's our first matchup of the day, the third place game between the 1 seed My Little Ponyta and the 3 seed Tampa Bay Steelix. My Little Ponyta was the dominant team most of this season. Unfortunately, just ran into a little bit of bad luck here at the very end. Not just this playoff game. There were a couple losses down the stretch. I think that the manager did a marvelous job picking their team. And I think that this was, if not the best team, certainly in the conversation. You can make an argument one way or another. But this team was great. But it did have a lot of luck on its side. I'm not going against the team. Even the best teams have luck on their side at times. And I feel like what happened is, let's say there were 5 matches this season that were going to come down to luck, and Ponyta won 4 out of 5. But unfortunately, the one it was going to lose with bad luck just happened to be the playoff game. Are there things I could have done better to manage that game better? Yeah. But with stuff like the missed hydro pumps, I'm not sure I could have done a whole lot more to change some of that. So, but they've been an incredible team. My Tampa Bay Steelix, I think, if we were doing a league where we had human versus human, I think that some of my strategies would have played better. I don't think I would have necessarily won, but instead of 8-8, I think my team would have been more like 10-6. Slightly better. But, so a little disappointing in that regard, but for the most part, still a pretty solid team. It's been fun. I've liked being able to balance my team around this year. I've only had one Pokemon that's played in double-digit matches. So I've been a lot of flexibility, been able to move the teams around. So it's been fun. So this will be the last match for these two teams this season. Let's see what we got going on here. Sandslash doesn't want to see anyone except Ampharos. Nidoking can kind of battle some of them because of Thunder and Horndrill. But we don't really want... Ampharos and Jumpluff are still kind of the preferred targets there. Fearow can pretty much handle anything except Ampharos. Kadabra does have Thunder Punch, so it can pretty much fight everything. Jinx will have issues with Slowbro if it doesn't freeze. Everything else I think Jinx could be okay against. And then Blissey doesn't want to see Dynamic Punch from Ampharos, but other than that, I think it's pretty much good to go. I think I'm going to lead Fearow. Save Jinx and Kadabra for later on. Sorry, everybody. I'm getting some text updates from one of our two teams in the finals. All right, let's see here. Firo against Mr. Mime. That's not bad. Actually, this is pretty darn great because if we can toxic Mr. Mime, then even if it builds up its defenses or gets behind a substitute, it'll be taking damage. All right. Yep, that's why. All right, we're going to have to hit you before you have a chance to switch. So, Drill Peck. I guess we technically have Pursuit as a special option, but for the moment, Drill Peck's still the better option. Now that there's 2 barriers up, Pursuit might be better. Barring a critical hit. Right, there's that poison kicking in. We need that to work out. Pursuit. Got a critical hit on it, too. Okay. Psybeam this time. Alright, Firo is faster than Mr. Mime, so between poison and next turn, I was going to say there's no way it's going to be able to baton pass. Alright, Pursuit again. They're trying to switch out. Pursuit. Yep. We got him anyway. Firo with a knockout of Mr. Mime. Made it look easy. Made Mr. Mime look like he wasn't a threat. Alright, Blastoise, huh? Alright, put Blissey in there because of its high special defense. Because Firo's fast enough, it could actually be pretty handy in this battle, with exception to Ampharos. And even then, Ampharos is slow. So if Ampharos is within, like, Hyper Beam's knockout range, like it's already taking damage, we could Hyper Beam and take it out. Wow. Yeah, that's all the Hydro Pump did. Alright. The other team doesn't have anything that can avoid Thunder, so let's just go Thunder. That was one of the big flaws with my team this season. I didn't have any ground types. If we do this again next season, I'll probably have to have a ground type on my team. So we've got some electric immunity. Oh for 1 on Thunder. Let's try again. You're going to switch, but no matter what it is, even if it's Ampharos, it could get hit and paralyzed. I'm assuming it'll be Ampharos. Nothing else would make sense to throw out there and take a Thunder. Alright, your Dynamic Punch is scary. But we do have a couple Pokemon that can take a hit from a Dynamic Punch. Let's go with Nidoking. Fighting doesn't hurt poison much, and of course Zap Cannon can't do anything to Nidoking, so, yeah. Nidoking didn't make as many appearances for this team this season. Landed the Dynamic Punch, of course, on the first try. So we are confused. I'm going to go Mud Slap instead of Horn Drill since we got a Battle Confusion as well. They're going to switch. I'm guessing because I picked Mud Slap, the game's going to throw Jump Pluff out there. Just my luck at the draw. Okay, well, that's still fine. We can make it less accurate. Alright, that's okay. You're going to go for Surf, which means back to Blissey. Actually, this team is not well equipped to handle a lot of Surf from Slowbro, with the exception of Blissey. Like, if Blissey's out of the way, Nidoking and Sandslash don't want to see it. Jinx, it would still be pretty good damage. Kadabra would probably be okay, but you get the idea. Alright, I'm going to go with Egg Bomb on the... I'm assuming they're going to go back to Ampharos. I think we would have actually been better off with Thunder, sadly. Alright, let's go to Nidoking again. Ampharos only has 4 more Dynamic Punch, so it either won't hurt us much or it'll miss, and then, especially if it misses, we can plan to hit Slowbro with Thunder. Or try to, anyway. There we go. Dynamic Punch number 2 misses. Thunder. It didn't switch, okay? Missed again. Alright, this time I'm gonna go Mud Slap, and I bet they switch. Nope, okay, that works for me. I wish the computer was playing better for my team, but as far as me trying to win this battle, I'm okay with this. One out of 4 on Dynamic Punch. Mud Slap. Of course, Mud Slap's just going to make it harder to hit the Dynamic Punch, of course. Alright. Mud Slap again. Very close to having Ampharos defeated. Swift. Alright. I think this is going to be a knockout for Nidoking. Alright. Good start for My Little Ponyta again this week. Firo can pretty much battle everything else, believe it or not, with Ampharos gone. I'm not saying it would beat 4 Pokemon, but I mean it could potentially win a one-on-one with anything remaining. And Blissey should be free to use Thunder against everything remaining too now. Alright. Blissey hangs on. Let's go with Thunder. They're going to stay in because everything else will get hit by Thunder too. Half health on Slowbro, that works. Surf again. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's not great. That is not great. My big thumb on both buttons here. I hit the wrong one. That was not intentional before anyone says anything. That was pure dumb luck. Good news is if we land another Thunder, it might not matter. Of course. Of course you're going to do that to me after I make the move choice mistake. I was waiting for that critical hit. I was waiting for that critical hit because the game had an opportunity. Alright, come on. Give me Thunder this time. Let's right my wrong. Thank you. Oh, it survived. It's paralyzed at least. So. Okay, there we go. Still worked out. Egg Bomb, we're not messing around with possibly missing. What? I guess I don't use Egg Bomb enough. I assumed it was 100. Are you kidding me? Well, with Egg Bomb missing, I feel better about my mistake, because that's the same as if like we would have missed another Thunder or something. So, with Slowbro being paralyzed last turn, that kind of that got us back to being even for my mistake. I wasted a turn, they lost a turn. Still though, All right, Firo, clean it up. Take it out. Pursuit. All right. Like I said, Firo is going to do some work this game now that Ampharos is gone. Especially since it can poison things. Speaking of which. Alright, that could be big with Blastoise having pretty good defense. Hydro Pump misses. Drill Peck. Decent hit. Hydro Pump hits. Firo survives. There's the poison kicking in again. I'm pretty sure we're going to... Like, unless it misses, we're going down this turn. So let's go Hyper Beam and just try to go all in here on damage. All right. Glad I went for it. Firo takes out Blastoise. All right. Quillfish. Well, we can't poison that because it's already a poison type. And we can't do anything because of the Hyper Beam anyway. So if Quillfish isn't an idiot and picks Hydro Pump here, I was going to say Sludge Bomb should take it out. Firo, though, with 3 knockouts this battle. We could really use Jinx's Ice Punch for Jump Pluff. And then we just got Quillfish. Let's start with Kadabra. And then if we have to use Sand Slash and Nidoking, we will. But, like, Jinx could literally one-shot Jump Pluff because it's 4 times weak to Ice Punch. So if we can get by Quillfish, Jinx pretty much wins us the battle against Jump Pluff. Psychic. Quillfish goes down. Beginning to look like Sand Slash isn't even going to make an appearance in this one. Unless something drastic happens here. A lot of para-flinching. That's really the only hope that the computer has right now is para-flinch, but I don't know if it'll be smart enough to do that. It is going for Headbutt. You should have gone Stun Spore first and then Headbutt, but alright. Critical hit. Of course it was a critical hit. We got a critical hit in return. Alright. I was trying to go for Paralysis because I know how fast Jump Pluff is. Going for Headbutt again, huh? Kadabra survives it. We don't even need to throw Jinx out there. We got a critical hit anyway. We didn't need it, but we got one. And that's gonna do it. That is a 4-0 victory for My Little Ponyta to end the season, showing their dominance once again in the 3rd place game. You say if they lost, they had less of an argument for being the best team. Them kicking my team's rear end, you definitely could make a case that they were the best team still. All right. Well, congratulations again to My Little Ponyta. If I can get my mouse to work for me. There we go. Congratulations to My Little Ponyta on finishing the season strong. Great way to end it. It would have been nicer, of course, if I could have got you into the title game. But I certainly don't feel bad after me making some mistakes last week. You defeating my team in the 3rd place game. This is one of the few cases where I'm okay with losing. I mean, I beat the computer, but I'm okay with my team losing because I feel like I kind of deserved it after last week with some of my miscues. Again, I don't think my miscues single-handedly cost the game, but they certainly didn't help with the bad luck. So, congratulations once again, My Little Pony Top. And I'll be right back, everybody, with the main event here in just a moment. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the main event. The Pokemon Stadium 2 Draft League Championship game. The Houston Ho-Oh, who were the 2 seed in the regular season, against Doom Gloom, who has made an unprecedented comeback as the 4 seed. They were 0-6 at one point. If you count playoffs, they are currently now 8-8. So they went 8-2 down the stretch after starting 0-6. With a chance to finish with a winning record and be the back-to-back champions. Because they were the Atlanta Firo last season. So, quite the story. It'll be truly something if they win. Real testament to both these managers for getting their teams here. Especially in Doom and Gloom's case, because to get a lot of wins this season as the CPU, especially since the CPU has not been good for the most part this season, you have to really strategize and come up with a plan each week to even have a chance for something to happen. So it's really a testament, in particular to Doom and Gloom, but it's a testament to both these teams that they're here. Oh, all right, well, let's see how things go this time. Raikou will be good can work against Charizard. It can slow down Haunter. Obviously good against Staryu. Potentially may need it to slow down Houndoom. So Raikou, definitely we don't want to use it to start. Houndoom we need to save for, Umbreon we need to save for Haunter. Bayleaf can work against Voltorb, Staryu. Pretty much just Voltorb and Staryu. Ghastly could potentially have a battle with Haunter. It just kind of depends. If Ghastly could survive a Shadow Ball, it has its own Shadow Ball. It has Psychic, of course, it has Confuse Ray. So, like, Ghastly could potentially hang on there if it got Haunter confused in that scenario and then Haunter hit itself. Ghastly could go in for Psychic or Shadow Ball the next turn. Probably Psychic is special attack higher. So, yeah, Psychic. Vaporeon's going to be important for Houndoom and Charizard, and Articuno has to be saved. We got to save it for Dragonair. So, looking at how key some of these Pokemon are, Raikou can go up against a couple different things. I think we're going to start with... Well, if I start with Ghastly, then it's doomed if Houndoom's out there. I guess the best thing I can think to come up with is start with Ghastly and hope it's not Houndoom. And whether it is or not, Ghastly's just going to have to eat the hit because if we switch too much with some of these Pokemon, they'll take damage too quickly and go down. So let's see how this goes. Alright, that might be something. Depends on if we're faster or not. If we could confuse it, that would really help a lot. It's... Okay, well, it's withdrawing, so we can confuse whatever's coming in at least. Potentially. It is Houndoom, as I was worried about. Can we please get Confuse Ray to work? Thank you. Oh, it's risky. I don't know if it's worth doing that. But then again, if we switch, something's going to... Well, I guess we could go Umbreon and it wouldn't take much damage from Bite. Let's switch in Umbreon. We'll go Umbreon and then we'll go to Vaporeon next turn, expecting the Ember instead of the Bite again. I thought about using Curse with Ghastly there. And it would have worked because it hit itself. Well, shoot. Alright. Well, I'm assuming you're going to use Ember this time around, so let's get Vaporeon in there.
Switching Pokemon. That Pokemon must not have been the right choice. Oh, it's Vaporeon.
Hit yourself again. That'd be nice. If we could get rid of Houndoom, that would really solve a lot of problems. All right. Houndoom again. 0 for 2 on the confusion. It's going to break through this time, I'm sure. If they don't just switch. I'm assuming that Dragonair is going to come in because it's the only Pokemon that like Waterfall is actually ineffective against. But either way, we're still getting to put some damage on it. They didn't switch. If we don't flinch, we could take out Houndoom right here and now. Come on, don't flinch, don't flinch. All right, Waterfall. We might get rid of Houndoom already. That'd be huge if we do. Houndoom goes down. That's big. Houndoom's one of the big troublemakers for this team. That's a big one to start. I'm going to call Voltorb coming out. All right. So far, my predictions are spot on. Let's see. You're going to use that first turn to set up Rain Dance, I bet. I'm going to be bold here and go for Waterfall. We're faster than the Voltorb? Really? That doesn't seem right. Oh, good hit on it. Oh, Mirror Coat. That's why we were faster. Bravo, game. Bravo. That was a good move. That was a good move. I did not expect that or think about that. That was a good move. All right. Is there anything left that Vaporeon could actually outspeed? Haunter's faster. Staryu's faster. I think Dragonair's faster. And Charizard's faster. So yeah, at this point, unfortunately, with that brilliant Mirror Coat decision, we're just going to quick attack. Get some damage off. And hope that maybe it goes for Thunder and misses. It hit. All right, Voltorb taking out Vaporeon. That's big for Charizard. That's really big for Charizard. Let's go with Bayleaf. I assume this will make them switch out to either Dragonair or Charizard. Maybe Haunter. Razor Leaf in case they're dumb and stay in. I'm glad I went Razor Leaf. I thought about going Safeguard. I'm glad I went Razor Leaf. That's what I thought it was going to do when Vaporeon was out there. Critical hit, all right. Well, I'm not... See, that kind of depends... Like, me getting upset about that or not kind of depends on which generation you're talking. In this generation, that's just pure luck. In the current generation of Pokemon, Razor Leaf has a high chance to critical hit, so that's not uncommon. But back then, I don't think it was anything special like that. Hey, and look, its Fire Punch can't do as much because of the rain, so that's lucky. I think you're going to go Wing Attack. So let's go with Raikou. It's either going to be a reduced Fire Punch or it's going to be an ineffective Wing Attack. This team doesn't have anything other than Dragonair that can take Spark ineffectively. And even then, we could maybe still paralyze the Dragonair. So Raikou should be good to attack whatever is out there next turn. All right. Good match so far. Good match so far. The computer even outsmarted me with a Mirror Coat. Charizard stays in, as I thought. They didn't want to switch. No paralysis, but still a big hit. Growl, which won't do anything except affect our quick attack, so I don't know why Growl was chosen in particular. I would understand nowadays, once again, because Spark would be a physical move nowadays, but Back then it's not, so I don't understand the move selection there. All right. Raikou takes out Charizard. Questionably, but it does. All right, Haunter, Staryu, and Dragonite on Dragonair left. If it's Dragonair, I may consider switching. Because it'd be nice to have Raikou for Staryu, definitely. Maybe even for Haunter. I don't want to switch right into Articuno yet. Let's go with... Actually, let's go with Ghastly. By the way, gotta love the old Nintendo 64. The very, very old Nintendo 64. I'm sorry the footage is flashing this time. It hasn't done that all season, and for whatever reason... I can't seem to get it to keep a stable picture, so we got what we got. But when it's as old, when your gaming system's as old as this Nintendo is, that's gonna happen sometimes. All right, Curse, because you're gonna take me out anyway. So let's just go ahead and get some damage going on you here. Ghastly takes itself out to Curse Dragonair. I'm actually going to go with Bayleaf here so that the Dragonair doesn't switch out and the Curse can do its thing. Now, I don't know who's faster in this matchup, so that's a thing. Body Slam. See if we can get some paralysis on it, too. Okay, so it is faster. Alright, good. We can Synthesis next turn. There we go. That's why I didn't want to put... If I put Articuno in there, they were going to take Dragonair out, and then Ghastly's sacrifice would have been for nothing. Dragonair paralyzed by the Body Slam, which should mean that Bayleaf's going to go first now, moving forward. They're switching. If it's Haunter, it's safe. If it's Staryu, it could be paralyzed. It'd be weird if Staryu came in. I was going to say. So unfortunately, Ghastly's sacrifice wasn't as handy. But at least it did get one curse to hit the Dragonair. You're going to go Shadow Ball because you can't do anything to us really with Giga Drain. So let's switch in Umbreon. Now it's a game of musical chairs. Just keep switching these four around to continually have one out there that's good against the remaining three. That's all I can do at this point until... If we can get rid of Haunter, Bayleaf can pretty much do its thing the remainder of the battle. But that's if we can get rid of Haunter. Mean Look if Haunter stays in. It did stay in. Let's Mean Look it so it can't run away from Umbreon. Umbreon's got enough special defense that I don't think Haunter's Giga Drain is going to bother it too much. Yep, Mean Look. As long as we don't take Umbreon out of the match, Haunter can't leave. So that was big. All right, Feint Attack. Here comes another Giga Drain. As long as there's no critical hits, Umbreon should be okay here. You only get 5 Giga Drain, and on 5 Giga Drains, and that's already 2. All right, Umbreon just needs another good Feint Attack. Destiny Bond will probably it'll take out the Umbreon with it, but we only really needed Umbreon for Haunter, so I think we'll be okay with that. Haunter goes down. It will take Umbreon with it. So we got Bayleaf, Articuno, and Raikou against Staryu and Dragonair. Let's go with... I guess Bayleaf, because Bayleaf can fight both. So it's the safest pick of the 3. Whereas Articuno wouldn't like Staryu's Thunder, and Raikou might not handle Outrage and such as well. It is Dragonair. Shocker there. I'm just going to Body Slam, so if they do happen to switch out at some point, we have a shot at paralyzing the Staryu. Fully paralyzed. All right, go for another body slam. Then we'll heal up, and then we'll try to take it out, and that way we'll have as much health as we can dealing with Staryu. Yeah, we got to heal up this turn. I can't chance it. All right, Synthesis. Another Outrage. What we need is another Paralysis, or for when it's confused, it to like skip its turn essentially, so that we can have a lot of health and take it out.
It restored its HP. What now?
It fought through the confusion.
That was good.
On the bright side, though, that's a comfortable enough amount of HP. I think we could just go for taking out Dragonair this turn. Bayleaf takes out Dragonair. It's up to Staryu, one of the MVP candidates and certainly the star of this team. Staryu could do it. Psychic hits Bayleaf pretty well. Like Bayleaf, Staryu can recover, so this could be a grudge match. If it gets to Articuno, it has Thunder. And then with Raikou, it would just matter, like, if it could get it paralyzed or something, maybe it could even take out Raikou. So this battle is far from over. Here comes that Psychic. Here comes a Razor Leaf. Good hit. I would assume that it'll probably recover. I'm going to go with Synthesis myself. It went with Psychic again. Okay. Well, definitely recover next turn. Since we're recovering this turn, that'd be my guess. But who knows?
It restored its HP. It's a fierce battle.
Yep, okay. Well, I also picked Synthesis, so we're going to be back at full health. So both Pokemon essentially almost at full health. And a heal off. Like I said, with Staryu's recover, he gets Staryu can use recover, I believe, 10 times instead of 5. So it can heal a lot more than Bayleaf can. So that's why I was saying it still had a shot. Good hit by Bayleaf. Basically, if you're rooting for Staryu at this point, you just need there to be no critical hits. If there is a critical hit, Bayleaf's going to win this thing. And just as I said it, I spoke it into existence. I'm sorry, Doom and Gloom, for doing that to you. But Bayleaf takes out Staryu. Articuno does not make an appearance. And the Houston Ho-Oh are this year's Pokemon Stadium 2 Draft League champions with a 3-0 victory over Doom and Gloom. The Houston Ho-Oh. But I gotta give mad props to Doom and Gloom, though. Like I said before the battle, 0-6 to start the season. 0-6 in a 15-game season. So more than a third of the season had passed, and they hadn't won a game. And they finished the season 8-3 in the last 11 games and get to the title game. That's incredible. We probably won't have that kind of run again in this Pokemon League ever. Regardless of how many years we do this, I really doubt we're going to have that scenario pop up again, at least anytime soon. I'd be shocked if we have something like that happen within the next couple years again. So, incredible job. This is definitely going to be... It's funny, Doom and Gloom didn't win, but you could argue that they're going to be the team we remember from this season. Like, honestly, when we look back at this. So, incredible job, great job. And then, of course, congratulations to Houston Ho-Oh. Second place pretty much all season, floating between second, third, and fourth. But the Houston Ho-Oh pulling it off in the end. The Houston Ho-Oh being the youngest member of the league, so they'll be very happy to have won, I'm sure. But it's been a blast. Once again, congratulations, and we're not done here, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we're going to go over the final standings to end the season, as well as all of the award winners. So I will be back in just a moment for all of the fun accolades. All right, everybody, welcome back. We're at the award ceremony, so to say. First things first, though, let's fill in the bracket. So the third place game, the My Little Pony Ta won 4-0. So My Little Pony Ta win 4-0. And that'll move them. Oh, I don't know why it's italicized. It doesn't need to be. There we go. My Little Ponyta 13-4. That's quite the accomplishment. 13-4. Man. All right, over here in the championship game, we had the winners were the Houston Ho-Oh winning 3-0. And as a result, again, the Houston Ho-Oh are our champions. They finish 11-6. Congratulations to the Houston Ho-Oh. A job well done this season. Great season by everybody, really. I mean, let's look at the standings real quick. So as you can see here, Houston Ho-Oh get the gold, Doom Gloom get the silver, My Little Ponyta getting the bronze. Tampa Bay Steelix got to participate in the playoffs at least. Pokemon Power, after winning the bowl game, finished 8-8. So we had 5 teams. 5 of the 6 were either at about 500. We've got 2 8-9s and 8-8. And 2 teams that had double-digit wins, and one of the 8-win teams was in the title game. That's a pretty darn competitive season, despite the point differential being all over the place. That's a pretty darn competitive league if I've ever seen one. So that's awesome. Oh, I need to update my record against the computer. Get to add 2 more to that. So, in less games, I actually beat the computer more this season than I did last season. That's pretty funny. So, yay there. Final statistics for everybody this season. Slowking and Skarmory finish out the season as my top knockout Pokemon after this week's performance. I mean, they didn't play, but I just mean after adding everything up. Doom and Gloom, Staryu finishes with 20-8. Houndoom, 15-11. Houston Ho-Oh, Bayleaf with 26-11. Bayleaf played in all 17 games. There were only 2 Pokemon all season that played in every game. But Bayleaf got that 17th game. Umbreon 11-12. Abra and Ghastly did a pretty good job this season when they were called upon. Like, even in the championship there, Ghastly's Curse and Confusion, like, the Confusion played a role on Houndoom, and the Curse added some chip damage to the Dragonair. So, like, Ghastly actually played a role. My Little Ponyta, Jinx 19-9, Kadabra 17-4. Those two have been a very scary combination together. Pokemon Power, Dragonite 13-9, Venusaur 12-7, Alakazam 12-9. It's a pretty balanced team there. And then Ursaring 14-15. It played in every match. Muck was the second best on that team, 8-10. All right. Without further ado, let's get to some award winners. First thing I'm going to do, the most fun award. Best Team Cheerleader. This is a Pokemon that was just on the team all season. Didn't really do anything. It was just the best team cheerleader it could possibly be. And the winner of this award is going to go to Psyduck for for My Little Ponyta. Psyduck appeared in 1 match this season, and it had no knockouts and a feint. I do believe it contributed toward another Pokemon getting a knockout, though. So, Psyduck was the best team cheerleader. Most useless Pokemon. This is a combination of not playing and also just not doing well when the Pokemon did play. This one was a toss-up. We had several good candidates for this one. I mean, looking at a couple here. I thought about at one point using Meganium and Primeape because they both only played in one match and they went down very fast in the match they played. But ultimately, what I determined after looking at the numbers was I decided that Machamp was the winner here. And the reason for that, Machamp played in 11 matches, so pretty good sample size out of 16 games if you count the bowl game. It fainted in all 11 matches, and it only had 3 knockouts. So it did not help its team out really much at all season. So Machamp gets the most useless Pokemon. That was a very tight race, believe it or not. But Machamp will get the honor or dishonor of being the most useless this season. Most games played. Now we're at the statistic-based awards. Most games played goes to Bayleaf with 17 games played this season. It played in every match. It was one of 2 Pokemon to do that. The other one being Ursaring, but since We Are the Machampion missed the playoffs and only had the bowl game, they only had 16 matches, whereas the Ho-Oh had 17. So Bayleaf wins out the games played award. Knockout leader, also going to go to Bayleaf. There are only 2 Pokemon this season that made it to the 20s. Jinx had 19, so it was close. Bayleaf had 26. Staryu had 20. But Bayleaf wins the knockout leader. Not to sound like I'm repeating myself too much, but now we get to the finals MVP, the championship MVP. And that would be Bayleaf, who had 3 of the 6 knockouts and did not go down itself. So again, Bayleaf, you're noticing a theme here that Bayleaf pretty much carried this team all the way to the championship. And now this last one. This one was a vote based on the managers, and the one rule was that you couldn't vote for someone on your team. And the reason we did that, I don't think we'd really have this problem, but this is the idea behind the rule, is if all 6 of us had good Pokemon that were candidates, I mean, there were only 3 of us that had Pokemon that were candidates, but if all 6 of us had a candidate, we'd all just vote for our own guy. So that was the idea behind the rule. The vote totals were as follows. Our 3rd place MVP candidate was Jinx. Jinx had 1 MVP vote out of the 6. Actually, kind of surprised looking at the numbers that it only got 1. I know I thought about voting for it, but I'll give you a spoiler right now. I was not the one that voted for Jinx. So we move on to 2nd. 5 votes remaining on the board. 2nd place with 2 votes was Bayleaf. Bayleaf was my pick for MVP. Just because it did mean so much to its team. I mean, literally, look at the awards it won. Without Bayleaf, the Houston Ho-Oh wouldn't have been half as good as they were. It came in 2nd in a very tight race. I don't know what we would have done if the Jinx vote would have gone to Bayleaf. I don't know if we would have had a coin flip or what, but but thankfully that was not the case, so it is very clear who won by the voting. The winner with 3 votes, and the leader of the epic comeback team this season, Staryu, getting the most valuable Pokemon, and it much like Bayleaf, Staryu carried this Doom and Gloom team. It pretty much played, I think it did play, but I don't remember for sure. It pretty much played in every match after those first few, when Doom and Gloom started making their comeback in the second, in the middle of the season. The 2nd, 3rd of the 3 parts of the season. It was incredible. 20 knockouts, 8 feints. It actually became a Pokemon like Kadabra that we all had to plan around this season, much as Bayleaf was. So both of them were incredible Pokemon this season. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. These were incredible teams this year. I really liked this format of 12 Pokemon instead of 10. I think next season, even if we end up with more people in the league, we're going to try to keep it at 12 because that really led to a lot of diverse battles and a lot of diverse picking. You never knew what your opponents were going to bring except for maybe Staryu and Bayleaf in these cases and Ursaring. Other than those three, you never knew what they were going to bring. And in those three cases, even if you knew they were bringing them, you didn't always have an answer to defeat them. So, great season all the way around. Once again, thank you to all the managers that took part. I'm looking forward to doing another league of this sort next season. I don't know if it'll be in Pokemon Stadium 2, if it'll be in Pokemon Stadium 1, if it'll be if it'll be in a different game. I'd really like to try a draft league where instead of the computer, we actually have humans battling each other. But some of that will depend on what the league members want and what we do. For example, I know that, let's say we want to do a league in Sword and Shield, or I guess by the time we're doing this next season, it could be in Scarlet and Violet. Only 3 of us have Switches that I know of. So only 3 of us would be able to partake in the league. And I don't mind loaning extra games. Like, I have Sword and Shield, so, like, I don't mind loaning them out. I even have an extra Switch I wouldn't possibly mind loaning out. But even loaning the extra Switch to someone, that only puts us to 4 instead of 6. So, I don't think that's on the table unless something changes there. I'm not saying that anyone has to go out and buy a Switch. I'm just saying that isn't a possibility if we don't have Switches. So, I'll figure it out. If not, worst case scenario, we're back to Pokemon Stadium 2 again next season. So, but this has been fun, and it's been great having all the support from both the managers and you as the viewers. And as always, if you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube nonsense. And I'll see you later this week with another video of some other game. As far as Pokemon, the draft leagues go, I'll see you sometime next year. Thank you again so much for watching. Bye-bye.